Hope you're having a wonderful day, evening, morning, or whenever you're watching this video. If you're new, please be sure to leave a like and please consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. Now today, I'll be going over Logic. Logic is, to me personally, one of the best lyricists and things of that nature. Honestly, I think with Logic, I think over the past few years, he's gotten a lot of slander. Lots and lots of slander. Some deserved, others, I think others were a little bit too much, a little bit too much. For me personally, Under Pressure, great project. The Incredible True Story, great project. Even Everybody, in some aspects, was a good project overall. Bobby Tarantino, good project. Previous mixtapes, good projects. However, over the past few years, Logic, his quality has kind of died down and things of that nature, which is kind of to be expected because Logic, for some odd reason, has felt the need to put out project after project after project after project after project within like a 15-month span. I think he put out Everybody, then he put out Bobby Tarantino 2, then he put out Young Sinatra 4, I believe that's what it was called, and then he put out Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. I believe all within the same year. And the quality of Logic's music has diminished. It's diminished. It's diminished. And but I think as far as fans, I think fans kind of place too high of expectations on every single artist. Your favorite artist is not going to be able to replicate that same sound over and over again. You know, your favorite artist can't replicate that same sound that you knew to love. It's not possible to. It's not possible to. There's another thing that people say: your first album you have 20 years to make. Your second you have about 1 to 2 years. Your third, so on and so forth. And with Logic, his earlier projects were very good because Logic had what I will call an underdog mentality. People really rooted for him, and that was really apparent under pressure, which I don't care. Nobody said. I think Under Pressure is one of the best projects of the last decade, of the 2010s. I think that was a very, very good record. People kind of complained and said he sounded like Kendrick in some aspects, but I think overall it was a very good project. I think The Incredible True Story was a great, great project. Overall, and for me personally, that's probably my favorite Logic project because the production was very good. It was very spacey. The skits were good. It felt like you were traveling in space. Everybody, I think, was a good record, but I think he kind of veered off too far into. I think, well, for one, the album's name was called Everybody. I think that's a little too broad. A little too broad. It's not possible for you to talk about everybody from everybody's perspective when you're just one person. I think the album was more geared towards his biracial side and things like that. And I think it really should have just been called Africarian. That's just me though. But Logic over these past few years his is just diminished. I don't know if that's a lack of him being able to get the samples that he should get, the beats that he should get. I think Logic can still really rap though, but his subject matter is not as good. And honestly, I think that's just because of Logic. He's at a point in his career where he I think Logic is just having fun. And like there's nothing wrong with you just having fun. I think that's good. For me personally, like I want to see artists prosper. Now it can take a toll on their music. Their music, it won't be nearly as good. But why? I don't understand why you would want somebody to make the same thing over and over again. Like honestly, you can't win. You can't win. When it comes to the rap game, you cannot win with fans sometimes. You can't win. If you go back to that sound people will say, "Oh, it sounds the same." If you try something new, you're gonna get slandered. Just like the baby, for example. People were saying that he needs to change his flow and things like that. He needs to change his sound, his beats. When personally for me, I think that the baby really perfected that. I think with those beats, it suited him perfectly. That production suited him perfectly. And then when with this album, which I think I'm gonna do a review on it, he kind of switched it up, and people were still complaining. So it's like whatever you do, people are gonna have something to say. Now Logic, I think I think he's gonna put out an album really soon. I think he's gonna put out an album really soon. People are gonna have something to say. People are gonna slander Logic just to slander Logic for being a corny rapper. And he's by no means is he corny. Maybe now, yeah. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. I did not care for that project at all. I didn't really care for it. Really, the past two projects from Logic, I have not cared for. Three. Don't. I'm not counting that soundtrack. I'm not counting that soundtrack. But those last three projects have not been. Well, two. The last two projects have not been good. I think Logic can do a lot better. I think Logic can do better, a lot better with making music. I think he could do a lot better. I think, yeah, and like I stated earlier, I think it could come from the samples not getting cleared and things like that. But with this project, he's going back into Under Pressure. That's what a lot of fans want from Logic. Personally, I'm cool with it. I would much rather have just an entirely new body of work. Like a new body of work. Like I really want to hear a new body of work and not just throwaways or an old concept. I think it's just an old concept. You know, I think it's just an old concept, and it's kind of hard because and the thing is he'll probably like the beats will probably sound reminiscent of that. You know, the vibe might be, but it's kind of hard for you to be able to tap into that when you're not under pressure anymore. He's not under pressure anymore. Logic is rich. He's made it. So I don't understand how he'll be able to replicate that same emotion from me and the majority of his fans. Honestly, I think I think it's really sad. I think it's really really sad. But I mean, hopefully it's good. Hopefully I enjoy the project. I really hope I enjoy Logic's project. I really hope I enjoy whatever Logic puts out in the near future because he's been extremely quiet. So, I hope that whatever he puts out is good. I hope he can have that greatness again because there was a point for me when I was like, well, Logic is really like if you ask me though, if you ask me personally, I think Prime Logic is probably top 5 in the 2010s as far as lyrical ability, lyrical prowess, as far as having really, really good production. If you ask me, I think Logic had all of that. I think as far as pure talent, he had all of that. But the only issue is I think he just dropped too frequently, and that's another issue. That's another thing. Like I don't know if artists should drop as frequently. It's kind of like a double-edged sword. Like your fans want you to drop, and then you drop, they don't like it. Like it's just like like if you're an artist, just do what you want to do. Because at this point, fans really don't know what they want. Fans don't really know what they want. Fans don't know what they want. So just make what you want to make. But like I said, I hope it's a good body of work. I hope it's a good project. I hope he is able to tap into some of these earlier moments that I enjoy from Under Pressure. I hope he's able to tap into that. I hope he's able to tap into some of his earlier works. I hope he's able to tap into even The Incredible True Story. And The Incredible True Story wasn't even uh, much of an under pressure vibe. As in, it didn't give me the vibe of I gotta make it. I gotta like something has to happen. I didn't get that from that. So I hope he can make a body work like that. So tell me what you think about this in the comments section below. Hit a like if you liked, subscribe if you liked. I have some videos around my head that I would like for you to check out. So tell your auntie about me. So Logic, Faygos. Till next time.